Moscow's telling it was a plot straight out of a Cold War novel, a Western attempt to steal one of Russia's most advanced warplanes. The FSB claims British and Ukrainian intelligence officers tried to recruit Russian pilots to hijack a MiG-31 interceptor armed with Kinzhal hypersonic missiles, a weapon capable of striking targets across Europe within minutes.
This year, I received an email from an unknown person inviting me to hijack a military aircraft. I was offered $1 million to hijack the aircraft. If I delivered the aircraft with the Kinzhal missile, the reward would increase to $3 million. They also offered me citizenship in a Western country.
The navigator says his recruiter, a man calling himself Alexander, flooded him with images of cash to prove the offer was real. The FSB released footage of money changing hands, claiming it came from the same sting.
A certain Alexander kept in touch with me via various foreign messaging apps, probably to tempt me and show how important he was. He sent me photos and videos of a large sum of cash allegedly prepared for me after the hijacking.
When the navigator admitted he couldn't land the two-seat jet alone, Alexander allegedly found a new instructor, a Ukrainian Air Force pilot, offering remote lessons by phone.
While discussing the aircraft hijacking operation, I mentioned that I lacked the skills necessary to land a MiG-31 aircraft on my own. To resolve this issue, Alexander arranged a phone call with a Ukrainian Air Force pilot who, after checking my flight crew credentials, tried to teach me online how to land the aircraft, saying that there was nothing difficult or complicated about it.
But the FSB says the plan took a sinister turn. The navigator was instructed to kill his commander mid-air, then defect to NATO airspace over Romania.
The Ukrainian Special Services planned to have me neutralize the crew commander in mid-air. They asked about the specifics of the aircraft's oxygen system, masks, and the cockpit design. Their goal was to knock out the commander. They wanted me to treat his oxygen mask with some kind of poisonous substance or break the glass and neutralize him somehow.
Around the same time, another MiG-31 pilot says he was contacted on Telegram by someone claiming to be from the investigative outlet Bellingcat, a name the Kremlin often links to British intelligence.
In autumn 2024, an unknown person contacted me on Telegram, introducing himself as Sergei Lavrov from the international journalism agency Bellingcat. Then, to prove his identity, Sergei sent me his press card and offered me money for an anonymous consultation on military stuff that interested him. I believe that Sergei's objective was to compromise me so that he could later use it to the Ukrainian intelligence service's advantage. For example, during one conversation, he spoke about paying me a reward for the military information I would allegedly give him, with the money to be transferred to my bank card. I refused to further communicate or maintain contact with Sergei.
The FSB says both men went straight to their commanders, triggering a counter-espionage sting. Agents say they played along, collecting proof, until one recruiter finally revealed his real affiliation.
During one conversation, Alexander explicitly stated that he belonged to the main intelligence directorate and was working with partners from the British SIS. Soon, data was obtained confirming the finding that the true goal of Ukrainian and British intelligence was to provoke a situation in which a Russian MiG-31 carrying a Kinzhal missile would enter the airspace of one of the European NATO countries and then be destroyed by the bloc's air defenses.
That alleged objective, a false flag attack, would have seen a Russian jet destroyed by NATO forces, creating the appearance of a Russian strike on the alliance. Moscow says it foiled the plot before it could unfold.
London's role in provoking various situations, including the recent case when the FSB exposed a plot to force one of the Russian pilots on a MiG-31 fighter jet with a Kinzhal hypersonic missile to fly, allegedly at the invitation of the Constanta military base in Romania, with a clear aim to orchestrate this aircraft being shot down there, accusing Russia of attacking the North Atlantic Alliance. I do not know how the British will wash their hands of it, though their abilities are well known. It'll be like water off the duck's back.
Ukraine, the United Kingdom, and Bellingcat have not commented on the allegations. No independent evidence has emerged to support the FSB's claims. Whether this was a real spy plot or a strategic narrative from Moscow, the story reveals the fragile edge of today's security standoff, where a single message, a bribe, or a rumor could be enough to light the fuse of a new East-West crisis.